It's game time. Mystery Triathlon match. Lower brackets. DigitalBasic versus OkamiOfGames. As I get back into the swing of regular broadcasting. Are they playing Wily Wars with AGDQ? Wily Wars Mega Man 3 I felt like was the only one that was better than the originals. But I was playing the NTSC version. That probably had an effect on that. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with speedrunning. Scorpion Pack by Maniacal Gamer is our set. I'm going to tell the players what they are dealing with in just a second here. Scorpion Pack, Maniacal Gamer. We are dealing with Shaq Fu, win 3 fights, Sonic Spinball, clear Toxic Caves, and worst of all, Space Ace, the SNES, beat the first stage. Good luck, players. It seems like OkamiOfGames is satisfied with this selection. I wouldn't feel confident about this one. Hey Bridget, thanks for the sub. Nice to see you.
Welcome back, Smite. Glad y'all made it home safe. Was nice meeting you.
Thanks for coming. We actually dropped somebody off in Pittsburgh, so we had a little longer drive. But we made it back from the festival. It just took a little while. Still made it back in time for our Cape Bid. I'm still adjusting to the fact that Discord decided that I am not good enough to be a partner. And I noticed that they changed my Discord name to Smite with a random bunch of numbers, down from Smite 1000. What a bunch of bastards. Let's see here. I think our players are about ready. Yeah. the the intro with the Pepsi sign and Shaq on his way home from a charity game is probably the funniest part of this game once you actually start playing it downgrades real fast. Shaq narrating his own story. He's like, oh yeah, I was on my way home, you know, from charity. Like always. Then I decided to go into another dimension to save a missing child. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I was telling the players a little bit of Shaq information because we didn't have a whole lot here. So there are 2 or maybe 3 battles on this continent, and once they're all cleared, regardless of how many there are, once they're all cleared, a bridge will appear to the next continent where you can then go to the overworld that exists. I don't know why it exists. It's not bad though. It's interesting. It doesn't need to exist. It's pure fluff, but it's kind of nice. I like it. You use it to find the fights. Throw a Shikuriken. Oh, Shikuriken didn't work. One thing about the balance in this game is that our protagonist is the worst fighter. And I mean, that's fair. He's fighting dudes with swords, ancient mummies, cat monster that throws boomerangs. It's not really, you know, he's not really in a human world here. But you are playing as him, and you have to deal with that. He is marginally worse than just about every character. In terms of balance, it's really hard to beat some of these AI. The boss of this game is an absolute nut. He has a jump kick that hits omnidirectionally. He turns into a spinning blade. You can't stop him. I don't think there's like a Dragon Punch air counter in this game. If he's doing that, you get out of the way. That's the solution to it. You counter it after he hits the floor. DigitalBasic takes one. What's up, Catwoman? I don't know why she's so mad. He just came in asking about the kid who's missing. That's the plot of this game, by the way. I wasn't making that up or anything. He goes into a antiquities shop of some kind, and for some reason, a portal opens up by the antiquities owner, and he's like, "Hey, can you save that kid?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I'll do that." He just goes in, and he comes out here, and that's where the gameplay starts, right there. So he just walks up to Catwoman here, and he's like, "Yo, where's that kid?" And she just starts fighting him for some reason. And then they fight pretty much until he's dead. But if you do win, I guess she gives you some kind of data. I don't actually think she knows. I think she just likes to fight. Yeah, the kid is a playable character in the Genesis version. I don't know anything about that one. I should play through it sometime. This was one of the only fighting games I had when I was a kid. I had Mortal Kombat 3 and this. And I think that might be it. I had a couple other ones, I guess, but they weren't good. They were worse than this. I did play a lot of Mortal Kombat. That's true.
Win 3 fights in this. You're cruel.
I didn't make it. Thank you for the sub. I'm trying to remember the name of that weird one on the SNES. Yeah, that weird one that I had on the SNES. What the hell was Weapon Lord? Apparently people actually like that one, but to me, it is one of the worst, slowest, junkiest. I guess it had some kind of feature that people liked. When I made fun of it on Twitter one time, I caught hell from the fighting game community. I know that the people who worked on Clay Fighter also worked on it. The sprites of the characters in that game are enormous. They're like 4 times bigger than they are in this. I feel like the tiny sprites work pretty well for Shaq Fu here. I do feel like Shaq Fu is a better game than Weapon Lord. It's just so slow. I can't stand it. I don't like it. Oh, the cat keeps winning. I think she's one of the harder fights in the start here. Yeah, it's because the Weapon Lord game had some kind of new tech to it, some kind of online play, that's right. That's what it was. There's some kind of way to play online with it that wasn't great, but it was new. And so you give them a break for that, I guess. I don't. But the community did. They respect the tech attempt. But what about the gameplay itself? Great, they had built a network, but what about the gameplay? People want to say that it led to Soul Calibur and Soul Edge. I don't know about that. I don't know fighting game stuff. I'm not a fighting game player, so if that's true, you know, that's fine. That's good reason for it, I guess, but as somebody who just played Weapon Lord for what it was, no thanks. Shaq Fu is a really messy game where you can't really get away with anything either. We're talking lowest tier fighters for these games. I think I'd rather play Clay Fighter. At least I have some control in that. I think if you weren't playing as Shaq, or if you knew some of the moves, maybe you could throw enough shurikens. Oh, she does have some information. Okay, she was fighting you because she's being mind controlled. Both players beat the cat at the same time. Killer Instinct, I had that. That's true. That is one that I played a lot. Spinal was so easy to play that he kind of broke my ability to play fighting games forever. Whoops. He's too good. He was so powerful. He was so easy to use. After using him, I became worse at every fighting game on Earth. I just never was able to recover from that. He was so good. I couldn't not play the skeleton. His combo breaker is towards attack. His attack is towards attack. His fireball is back towards attack. He's got everything in just one input. And it just becomes a timing game of when do you go in with it. I think this guy's easier than the cat lady, I do. I think they're getting the hang of it also. We already have 2 wins here out of 4 on the players beating up this guy. The cat lady's very fast. This guy has long animations that don't balance well. He's cool looking. This game is well animated. That's not the problem. The problem is they chose animation over gameplay. Common mistake. I think the pixel art in this game is pretty decent. It looks like it's playable. It's just, you know... DigitalBasic might be pulling a lead here as Okami just lost a round. And I think they're not going to lose a round. I'm trying to figure out what that enrage bar is all about. I forget. I think you might, if you get to fill it up, like if you stop blocking and just hit a bunch or get hit a bunch, you can do more damage for a while. That they turn red and go nuts a little bit. Wow, Okami caught up and instantly won that. They're tied again. Heading to match 3. You're right. I'll whisper it in your ear while I slap you silly, says the Goblin Man. Yeah. The universe where everyone goes to hell, but all the demons there have cheesy one-liners that suck ass and everyone laughs at them while being tortured. What? This dude's pretty lousy, I think, as a fighter. He's got big wind-up attacks. I enjoy the death animation Okami got. I don't know why DigitalBasic didn't get it. They did something differently. Dude turned to dust and you just leave his cloak behind. Maybe it's random. Like I said, the art here is like 10 out of 10. It's got a lot going on for it. For a fighting game, you don't see this kind of art usually. I mean, compare it to the other ones that you would call cheap games, like Double Dragon's fighter game. I think that one is worse than this, just because of that. Like, it's also not playable, but it looks like trash. This game has art going for it, and music, sorta. People could listen to this music, I guess. Shaq has done it. On the left and on the right, there it is. Both players moving on to Sonic Spinball. This is an elimination match. Whoever wins this will move on, and the other player will not. So they are playing for keeps here. Pretty much every round we do up until you see Andy's name again, it's gonna be that. That is to say, we have finished the upper bracket completely. We're just waiting for the final battle up there. Drain the slime. I believe that DigitalBasic is in the zone that you want to be in. I don't think that OkamiOfGames wants to be in that too, but I might be wrong. They got the crystal. That is what they want to do. Yeah, that's right, actually. That awkward stuff. That is what you want to do. DigitalBasic has it as well. I don't know if the Chaos Crystal's optional or not. I feel like it isn't, but I might be wrong. I haven't played this much. I've beat it once. And I don't feel like it's as bad as people think it is, but it doesn't control great. I think they need to clear the way to the boss somehow, actually, and I don't know that the Emerald plays a part in that. Maybe it opens up the way if you collect them all. When I was like 8, this game seemed incredible. I didn't get to play it ever, I just saw it. And visually speaking, this game does everything that it can do visually to make you think you should play it. It doesn't do anything once you're playing it to make you think you should play it, but it sure markets itself. I think Okami was saying they're familiar with these games. They seemed like they'd enjoy this pack based on their commentary. DigitalBasic didn't seem upset by them. Trying to get into the pipe there. Hard shot. There it is. Nah, I need 2 more emeralds. Where are they? I think one of them's here. But where's the third one? I sure don't remember. The concept's pretty cool. I think that the lack of guidance is what's making... The lack of guidance and the lack of control is what's making this so nasty. Where does DigitalBasic want to go here? I'm trying to figure it out. Okami has got the other crystal. DigitalBasic takes a spill, gotta start back here. DigitalBasic has gone left. I think that's it, actually, yeah. Just a different direction. Yeah, that's right. I think that held me up a lot as a kid. I didn't understand that that would take me somewhere else completely. DigitalBasic has all 3. I think Okami does not yet have all 3. But I'm under the impression that Okami is going to be more familiar with Space Ace. A wretched little game. Definitely the worst one of these 3. I know Okami has at least 2. I don't see any UI that tells me about how many crystals they have, though. DigitalBasic is definitely in the lead, though. They found the boss, who is very easy to deal with, actually. Space Ace on the SNES is a remake, a demake, really, of a pretty cool concept game, but unplayable memorization arcade game of Space Ace. Oh no! Hate to see that. They almost had it. Well, Okami definitely has access to the boss now. DigitalBasic needs to get up there and finish the job. They were so close. Hey, 200,000 bonus though. The boss is pretty easy to kill, so Okami could easily take the lead here by getting up there soon. Ah, jeez. Back down the drain. Nice, you can go back up there. Kinda makes you wonder what the point of it is. Okami's at the boss. They didn't get inside yet. DigitalBasic is just about back there. Just needs to get up top. Oh no! DigitalBasic takes another dive. Okami has cleared it. They gotta be really close to winning, but it's gonna cost them big time. Oh, they had like a 4-minute lead that they lost here because they couldn't finish the boss off. Any consolation, they've got 10 million points. So, Space Ace, like Dragon's Lair and all those other games where the game is a cutscene and you do a thing in the cutscene to not die. It requires just interacting instantly to stuff that you couldn't possibly react to, like the wall will flash 4 times in 1/10 of a second, and then you hit left, and you would swing left and go through the wall, and you would save your guy. Same concept here, but in a SNES platformer way. It's a little bit more playable than that. It's more close to a game that you actually play, but it's still just as cheap. They're gonna have to remember everything here to learn anything. I imagine the DigitalBasic needs to just get back up to the boss. I don't know if the boss healed. They do have to clear the way to the boss, though. Since they took that death, they really lost a lot of time here. We're seeing Spinball go wrong in the worst way. Almost cleared, just fell apart. Back to the boss. Made that look easy getting back up there this 3rd time. Okami has already beaten stage 1, very familiar with level 1. Nice work. The snarky messages are the... I actually like those in Spinball. Just the boss now. Light jumps are what you need here. I don't know why they're getting so much height. DigitalBasic has finally beaten Spinball at last. And Space Ace. Well, OkamiOfGames has won. They'll move on to play against Nighty. We're also looking for a match between Teravan and Dr. Mutagen. When that happens, probably Wednesday, we will see Time Stalker come up, and then Genie. And the winner of that will play against either Nighty or OkamiOfGames, who will then play against Polterghost. And finally, our finale battle. That's where we stand. I appreciate the art of this. It looks pretty similar to the silly cartoon design of this game. It's the gameplay that sucks. I like the fatality screens too. I don't really care for the voice work or sound design or music. And the art isn't great, but I appreciate that it's similar to the original game. That's all. Comes some beams. Here's the face. There's the face. DigitalBasic has called it. We have a space cabbage. All right, well, AGDQ is on, so I think what I'll probably do is play Isaac or something just easy. Take it easy today. But I'm gonna not do it now. I think I do need some more rest after all the weekend. Feel a little worn out. So thanks for coming by, folks. I'm gonna find somebody to host in the meantime. If I feel I feel more rested in the middle of the night, you might see me come online and do some of that. That's all I'll be doing today, though, I think. Who's online playing what? This year's a little wild for me. Got a lot going on. Got a lot of stuff coming up. I see somebody playing Might and Magic 3. I don't know him. I'm going to host that. AGDQ is running. If you didn't see Vicus playing Environmental Station Alpha, I would recommend that. Friend of mine, good run of a good game by him purely. You might see in here for Baba as you and Noita. I love Environmental Station Alpha. There will be a sequel someday, I think. I know it was a work in progress. That run happened this morning. Anyway, got a host over. Have a good night, everybody. I might be on later. See you later.